Hey guys, William here, fitnessforbackpain.com. Today, we're going to talk about if you commute, if you spend a lot of time in your car, if you travel a lot, what to do while you're in the car for back pain. Once you have some breaks here and there, if you're traveling, and then what do you do once you hit your destination? Stay tuned. One thing I forgot to mention before you go on, remember this. While you're in the car, commuting, traveling, wherever you're going, always think about moving the seat often, whether it be the entire seat forward, back, up, down, tilting it forward, tilting it back, the backrest, the seat alone, whatever. Constantly be moving. So think about that as you go into the rest of this video. Think about that one thing. Constantly be moving your sitting position. Obviously you can't change much because you're sitting, but your seat you can change. All right, so first we're going to talk about what to do while you're actually in the vehicle. So the first thing you want to look at is how your legs are positioned in the actual truck or the car that you're in. A lot of times due to laziness, we let our feet kind of fall out. So we're kind of doing the lazy man style driving. What that does is it keeps your hips in this externally rotated position so your hips can get tight. Once you get out of the car, you start doing your stuff, whatever you're doing, that you tend to get a little bit over tight. So what you want to do is remember is while you're in the car, try to straighten your feet out. Okay, so you're sitting like this. Next thing, you're gonna come up the chain and now you're looking at your back and shoulders. What I try to do is I draw my shoulders back and down, so not back and up, but back and down, and I'm grabbing the wheel like this. So I'll adjust the wheel and I'll adjust the seat so that I can comfortably bring my shoulders back, pinch them together, and I'm grabbing the bottom of the wheel. A lot of times they say to do this, which is the whole 10 and 2 thing, that's okay. But what happens is we get relaxed and now we're driving like this. So we're hanging all this up on that wheel. So I want you to pull your shoulders back and down, grab the bottom of the wheel here, and stay driven like that. Next thing further up is your head. You don't want to be here, don't want to be being too relaxed in this position. Draw your head back. Most seats come with a headrest. Use it. So bring your head all the way back, shoulders back and down, head's pushed back against that headrest, your feet are straight, and you can go from there. One quick stretch you can do while you're actually in here, while you're driving, or two quick stretches, is one is you can take your leg and you can push it on the inside here. So you're kind of getting that internal rotation. You're stretching as you're driving, especially if you're taking a 14-hour trip like we did. Sitting like this after a while, you'll tell once you do this and you do this, you'll feel that tension kind of relieving. Other thing is, a little bit more tricky, is if you have enough space underneath this carriage here, I can actually take my leg and move my toes and pull them back. And I'm stretching my legs out. I feel this stretch all the way up my calves and into my hamstrings. Again, not everybody can do it. Be cautious while you're driving. But if you have it on cruise control and you take this leg out and you stretch it nice and tall, pull your toes back, which you can't see because it's under this console here. But I'm pulling that and I'm getting a good stretch all in here. You can actually do the same thing on this side. I can go straight up into this console, pull my toes back, and feeling that. So once you've taken a break, so you've been going for 4 hours, 5 hours, you're gonna get out. Now you're gonna look at a few stretches you can do, okay? So the first one, I'll just use it here. First one, hitting the quads, okay? A good way to do this, I'll take my foot, put it up on the actual seat, and I'm posterior tilting my butt. So I'm squeezing my butt, keep my spine nice and straight, and all I'm gonna do is I'm pushing down and back, down and back, and I feel this pull basically from my hip flexor all the way to my kneecap. Same thing, you can switch it up, do that side. Other one, piriformis. This hood's a little bit higher than what we actually drove in, but basically what you're doing is you're gonna hike your leg up onto the hood or onto the trunk and get that piriformis. The key thing is keeping your back nice and straight, tilting that butt under, and you can take your body and go in different directions. This is gonna be a little bit more tight, a little more of an aggressive stretch in this area, hit both sides. Next one, hamstring, hike it up. I like to have a slight bend. I don't like locking my knees out like this. Slight bend here, nice and tight here, and I'm just gonna come forward. This is how I'm trying to take my belly button to my actual knee. So I'm coming forward here, I'm not slouching over this way, not doing that. Coming forward, and you should feel that all the way down to your calves for the most part. Okay. Other thing is a trigger release or tissue release. I use, this is an actual product from Acu Products, AccuBall. It's a really cool thing. what I'll try to do is, I talked about that internal or that external rotation when it comes to getting too lax while you're driving. What happens is this area in here gets a little bit tight. So what I'll do, take my ball and I'll put it on a tree, or I'll put it somewhere that can get pressure, and I'll kind of just work those areas out. Same thing you can do with your piriformis. Go a little bit lower, hit your piriformis, take yourself through different kinds of movements with that. Great tool. You can use a lacrosse ball, tennis ball, anything. The last thing, probably the most important thing, is what you do once you get to your location. So big things to look for is you're in a flex position for a very long time, okay? So the next thing you want to do is try to maintain some kind of neutral habit while you're inside or while you're at work. Don't get out of your car if you're visiting family or something like that. Go in and then sit on the lazy boy or the chair. Stand up, try to restack yourself. I got a video you can check out, I'll link it up, for how to stack yourself into a healthy position. You want to be in that position while you're walking around, okay? So don't try to sit down too much. Next thing to do is spend some time in actually extension. So we're here driving all the time. This kind of gets all jacked up. So what you want to do is you want to work on that extension, okay? So whether it means sitting here and just kind of doing the old school stretching here. Me personally, I like going inside and actually laying on my stomach. So if you're visiting cousins, little kids, lay down, play with them, be on your belly, be relaxed, and allow your lower back to just kind of soften and not be in this position here. Outside of that, that's pretty much the most important thing, is just do the opposite. Once you get to your place, do the opposite of what you've been doing for so long in the actual car. If you're at work, spend some time, as much as you can, getting some of these stretches in, and not going from your car to the actual office chair. If you can stand up, do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe in the link above. Any questions you have, leave them here. Let me know what you do. If you are actually a traveler, if you commute a lot, and there's something that you like to do that works for you, leave a comment, let me know below, and I'll talk to you there.